a lot that Matt Clark can do at the moment.
100.
Here the average is. You can see Lewis just about touching three figures. Not bad figures for Matt Clark, but in this company, not good enough. Will this be his first?
180.
Le jeu est sûr. Game on in French.
140.
Oh, a bit slapdash there. So we see where Clark, you see, doing very well on the ton pluses, but Adrian snitching the ton 40s and waltzing the 180 line. He can't afford to drift sideways. He's got to control that drift.
123.
Well, just tells its own story, doesn't it? And,
100.
Lewis averaging now just over 100, and 56% checkout is pretty good. Matt Clark, who was the last man to qualify automatically, 28th place, after just
140.
doing one round
Adrian,
better than Colin Monk at the UK
161.
Open. It's on.
Treble 17 in the bull. Once the bull won't be far away. Oh, no way!
136.
The last
Matt
three
requires
legs.
58.
You've seen why Taylor treats this kid as his protege.
So close. Tops then for Clark. He's lost 4 consecutive legs. Has to get this.
18 score. Adrian, you require 25.
To continue the tornado from Stoke, once 2-8. What's the ball to 2 4s?
21.
Should have composed a bit more there, Eddie.
Matt, you require
Rushed the last
40.
dart. So Clark, who's missed a couple already.
Taps he wants.
James and the 8 player. Matt Clark.
Pegs it back to 5-3.
9
And,
player.
importantly,
Matt to throw first.
Against the throw as well.
Game
So he's
on.
got a little break back, Matt Clark.
Well, Adrian used to work for a packaging firm, and they wouldn't give him a weekend off to go and play in a dance tournament, so he told them that he
41.
wouldn't be back. Carted off a few grand from the tournament, and the rest is going to become history.
I somehow don't think he was that polite to his employers,
60.
but we get the message.
Was it ever? Above the bus garage, some of us had mullets and collars halfway to our belly buttons. It was some venue with jollies.
140.
Well, Matt Clark, when his opponent is throwing, he will not look at the board. He looks straight down at his feet, Matt Clark.
140.
There you can see he's not moved. He didn't look at Lewis once. The reason being, he was explaining to me, he played Andy Fordham in the World Championships a few years ago. He was 2 sets up, he was 2 legs up. The crowd were giving him, well, a load of stick, and he just lost his concentration. So now, when his opponent throws, he looks straight down.
I'd lost my concentration looking at Andy Fordham. Big lad, good pal of ours. Got to give it to Clark, as he suggests. That concentration is 100%. It's his execution that's the problem. See, he's gone along the bed. Unlike Lewis, he's got nowhere near as sophisticated as attack as Lewis, but when he gets it right, unlucky.
140.
Total contrast. Never alters the angle, just goes along the bed, this one guy.
And also said, I don't think that Clark's style
137.
suits Lewis because he's a quick player.
80.
He's also taller. This guy's thrown upward, a bit like Jockey did, although he's taller than Jockey. 2 10s to pull it back to 5-4.
Oh, yes.
James and the 9
Yes.
player.
And
Matt Clark.
getting a little bit animated. The first time we've seen some emotion from the face of Matt Clark. Lost 4 on the spin, won the last 2. Well, as Bruce Spenley just said, it really is game on
100.
again.
It's a belter. Nobody's going home. Well over 2,000 people. Over 2,400 here. It's cracking the flags out on the prom, but who wants to be on the prom? Now to look out for donkeys and dollies.
140.
In here! tons and ton 80s. Now where I'd rather be. Lovely second dart.
140.
Terrific match. Lewis averaging over 100, Clark 97.5.
And every ounce of the pressure showing on their mighty chops. They look like Mount Rushmore made of melting ice cream. 'Cause it ain't off hot, chum. Oh, blocks the bed, has to go for cover.
95.
Well, Lewis, currently number 13 in the world, and one of 7 or 8 players, Adrian Lewis said, who are battling for prize places in the Premier League next year. All starts again next February, live on Sky Sports.
14 venues.
30.
Over 14 weeks. Bigger arenas. Because these boys mean business.
98.
I think he rushed the last dart of the treble 18 a bit there, and just rushed it slightly to the 80.
Still very much in control of this leg. Yep, 8 players in the Premier League in 2007. The top 6 in the world at the end of the Sky Bet World Grand Prix in Dublin at the end of October are guaranteed their places.
60.
That's
Adrian,
what they're all
you require
scrapping for.
68.
2 4s. 4, 16 darter, double 2. Again, he's
66.
rushing the last dart, Stuart. No doubt about it.
Well, he had that little purple patch, didn't he, of 4 consecutive legs when he was terrific. But Clark is just hanging on in there. Not producing the pressure darts here.
Well, remember whose mentor is Phil Taylor. Once ran 12 legs on John Pond 3 years ago in
43.
Ireland on a
Adrian,
double
you
start,
require 2.
averaging 90. He's a surge player, just like the great Taylor. Wants the madhouse. 2 darts left for the madhouse.
No score.
5 darts he's had.
You require 128.
And a chink of light here for Matt Clark to get it back to 5 apiece.
Good chance. Has to compose to hold this one together though. He's still got a chance with 60 and the bull. Just too high.
47.
Well, will this be
Adrian, you
awkward
require
for AD?
2. Game show
No
the
is the
10
answer.
player.
So a terrific
Adrian.
match here on the second day of the World Match Play here in Blackpool.